Hey, ladies and gentlemen, feds and degenerates, cuckolds of all ages, it's that time once again, 6 p.m. Central, Wednesday, February 7th, 2024, and you are locked in to Mild's Culture Plate. I am your host, Mild Kevin Miles, and we have an interesting show for you today. We have a little bit of news and a whole lot of gender crazy of the week. Among other crazy of the week, we're going to basically watch just a bunch of viral videos. Before we do, though, I do want to talk a little bit. Well, here, let's get actually before we do that, let's get into the reason that this video is titled the way it's titled. So this is funny. This is one of the videos that went viral this week. Check this out.
But that's why I'm interviewing you today, so I can get to know you.
So I'm a musician.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck that mean? Make magic or something? What is musician?
I think you're confusing that.
Yeah, I'm not no musician.
I
I make music. I make music. And that's not all I do. I make music, I act. I'm a TV star too, a young mogul.
Just really quick, I think you're confusing.
I'm not confusing nothing because you don't know. You thought that all I was a magician.
You should have called her an entertainer.
See, that's what I think you think I said.
No,
I said musician, not magician.
I don't think, baby. I don't think. What is that? That's ghetto. I don't think. I know.
I don't think. What is that? I don't think. I know. That's ghetto. Thinking is ghetto. No. Whatever you're doing now, not thinking, that's ghetto.
So you
think.
I didn't
Getting whatever the fuck that is tattooed on your neck, that's ghetto.
say magician, Suki. I said musician. And I think you are a musician.
No, baby. I do music.
So you just really quick, for the record, could you say you don't think you're a musician?
I'm not none of that.
But then after that, you just said I do music.
Yeah, I do music.
So in other words, you're a musician.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
What do?
Okay. Folks, she could have just said, I'm an entertainer. Okay, so, that's the opening of the show. Sorry it was so scattered. As we always do, we like to welcome everybody into the chat. If you come into the chat, you say hi, you chit-chat. I usually give you a toast. We've already got 3 people who have said hi in the chat. First off, we got Salty Saiyan. All 3 of these people are over on Rumble. Rumble's awesome, by the way. Gonna go ahead and pour me a little bit here. Drinking the Red Breast 12-year because everything in this house is red this week to celebrate the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So cheers to Salty Saiyan. Cheers to Sanglant86 in the chat. And cheers to Kevin and ABQ. Man, I'm already down over a quarter of my drink there. All right, so yeah, folks, come in, say hi. I'll give you a cheers. I'll show your chats on screen, and I'll continue to show them on the screen if they're relevant. So we have a lot of news coming out of Congress, particularly around the border bill, right? Which it's interesting because they tried to gaslight us. They initially tried to gaslight us and say, well, you know, it's a border bill, so if Republicans want the border to be secure, then they need to vote for the border bill. And of course, over the last several days, it's continued to come out over and over again. You know what? I got my microphone backwards. Hang on. Sorry about the noise. Okay, there we go. Yeah, now you could actually hear me. Holy shit. Okay. Sorry. So over the last few days, it's come out that the border is such a tiny fraction of the spending that's in this bill, and that they planned on sending billions of dollars to Ukraine, billions of dollars to Israel, and that this is not really a border bill. And we'll get back into that here in a minute. But, of course, thankfully, it was voted down. Now, another vote that has recently taken, it was voted down in the Senate, by the way. Another vote that has recently taken place is there was a vote to impeach Mayorkas that happened in the House. That did not pass either. There were 3 Republicans who voted against impeachment. And I had that up, and I don't have it up anymore. But yeah, look up to see if those are your representatives, because Mayorkas should not be our Director of Homeland Security anymore. But back to the border bill. What the hell? Oh, I had those switched around. Okay, so back to the border bill. In the fallout of this border bill failing to pass, there have been some back and forths between a couple of our senators. And it's important to keep in mind that yes, this is supposed to be a border bill, and kind of the idea behind it was Democrats and neocons wanted to throw all this money at Israel and Ukraine. And so, again, they tied border security, allegedly, into it to kind of, both sides was able to have a win, right? You had your Republicans and MAGA finally got their secure border, which the bill was horrendous. But yeah, pay attention to this. So here's Senator Ted Cruz when he was asked about this vote.
Is it time for Mitch McConnell to go?
Is it time for Mitch McConnell to go?
I think it is.
I think it is.
Everyone here also supported a leadership challenge to Mitch McConnell in November. I think a Republican leader should actually lead this conference and should advance the priorities of Republicans. I can tell you what I said when we had that leadership election in November of 2022. It was right after a very disappointing election. 2022, the wind was at our back. It should have been a phenomenal Republican election year. Republicans should have won the Senate. We should have won a big majority.
Cheers to Demon's Wrath.
Instead, we lost a seat in the Senate, and we barely got a majority in the House. And I stood up and said, look, in any ordinary organization, when you are faced with failure, if you're running a business and you lose $50 million, you don't just say, hey, everything's great, let's keep doing it. No, you sit down and say, what are we doing wrong?
Quit smacking the microphone counter, guy.
I turned to Mitch McConnell then, and I said, look, we spent the last 2 years with
not my microphone,
a
it's
handful
his.
of Republicans joining with Democrats to pass the Democrat agenda.
Yep.
And I said, maybe that's a good idea. I don't think it is, but someone could make the argument that's a good idea.
Okay, so there's that. He kind of goes on, but that's the important part. Is he says that it's time for McConnell to go, and of course, McConnell was asked about it.
Leader McConnell. Senator Ted Cruz had a press conference around noon today, said that you shouldn't have even tried to negotiate with Democrats, said this bill was designed to fail, and that it's time for you to step down as GOP leader. What's your response to that?
I think we can all agree that Senator Cruz is not a fan.
Leader McConnell. The president came out and he pointedly put the blame on Donald Trump. He said it is Donald Trump's is to blame for the failure.
Did I just hear a beep? Do they have a smoke detector with a dead battery in the Senate?
Of this bill.
Was Trump's opposition too much for you to overcome?
Well, I've said repeatedly every month, I'm not going to get into comments about
Oh no, that's
the
people's
race
shoes.
for the presidency among Republicans.
I've said repeatedly, I'm not going to get into the race for the presidency. That's not what you were asked, you fucking turtle. You were asked, was Trump's opposition too much to overcome, which directly has to do with this bill, not the presidential election, you fucking dipshit.
I think in the end, even though the product was approved by the Border Council that endorsed President Trump, most of our members feel that we're not going to be able to make a law here. And if we're not going to be able to make a law, they're reluctant to go forward. There are other parts of this supplemental that are
Okay, listen to this shit.
extremely important as well. Ukraine, Israel, Taiwan.
Taiwan.
We still, in my view, ought to tackle the rest of it because it's important.
Oh, fucking really? Oh, fucking really? Oh, fucking really? Oh, my God. Okay, so here's the thing. So even CNN changed their spin today and said that the Senate voted down border and foreign aid package. So now they're willing to admit that it's a foreign aid package and it's so important and we need to do foreign aid, foreign aid, foreign aid. They've changed their tune when they knew they can't get what they want. And now, oh, but Israel and Ukraine need our help so bad and need our money. We need to make sure we come together to make sure that Israel, Ukraine, and Taiwan get the money they need from our taxpayers.
Not that the border isn't important, but we can't get an outcome. So that's where I think we ought to head.
You fucking idiot. The reason you can't get an outcome is you're tying the fucking foreign aid into it. That's why it's voted down. You think you're going to get a foreign aid package without the benefit of fake border security?
Up to Senator Schumer to decide how to repackage this if in fact we don't go on to it.
It's up to Schumer, and again he's smacking the podium too.
Senator Schumer says that he worked extensively with you on this package. What do you say to your colleagues who said that you misread your conference in helping to craft this border provisions?
I followed the instructions of my conference, who were insisting that we tackle this in October. I mean, it's actually our.
You did not. You did the opposite. You worked with the Democrats to stuff this thing full of foreign aid instead of actually following Republicans' lead on what it takes to get actual security at the border.
Side that wanted to tackle the border issue. We started it. Obviously, with a Democratic president and a Democratic Senate, our negotiators had to deal with them. And James Langford, under those situations, did a remarkable job to pick off the Border Council, which supported President Trump. Certainly underscores that it was a quality product that that particular union felt would make progress toward making things better. But as I said earlier, things have changed over the last 4 months. And it's been made perfectly clear by the Speaker that he wouldn't take it up even if we sent it to him. And so I think that's probably why most of our members think we ought to have opposition tomorrow. We'll see. And then move on with the rest of the supplement.
Okay, but you're the Republican leader, right? You're the minority leader. It's up to you and it's up to the Speaker of the House, Johnson, to say, okay, no secure border, no funding of Israel, no funding of Ukraine. You don't secure our border, they don't secure theirs. Our border is more important. Our people are more important. for our taxpayers. Oh, my Lord. But no, the immigrants are important. The immigrants are important. And you want to argue over whether or not the immigrants are more important? Check out this council meeting in Maine. Check this shit out.
What about the military folks that are getting out of the military and they have to go through all the lines and start all over again, even though they have credentials? So my question, pretty simple. Why would we fast track them and we won't do it for our military?
They have the advantage of speaking the language, most of our military folks.
Oh, okay. So all you have to do is speak a foreign language and get government aid in Maine. Okay. Well, hey, vets. A lot of you were deployed at you might have learned a few words. Just speak a different language.
So these folks that we're really working on may not have that. So it's going to be really difficult for them to say, yes, I used to be an electrician in my country. I'm just using mine, which is Somalia. But that might not really fall into our laws that we have in this country.
Thank you to the Maine Wire for that. So what does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? That was the Migrant Resettlement Office in Mills, Maine, having that meeting. Okay, let's go to this from Fox News. Pro-life Spider-Man arrested after climbing Las Vegas Sphere during Super Bowl week. Yeah, Kevin. Just say no habla inglés. Yeah. They'll sign you up for everything. Las Vegas police have arrested an activist after he was caught climbing up the Sphere on the Las Vegas Strip. Okay, so the Sphere isn't actually on the Las Vegas Strip. It's like a block behind it, if I remember right. Wednesday morning during Super Bowl week, Maison Deschamps, known as Pro-Life Spider-Man, was apprehended by officers after climbing to the top of the Sphere on one of Las Vegas Strip's newest attractions. The individual has been taken into custody without further incident. LVMPD posted on X, formerly Twitter. Deschamps took to his Facebook to post a video of him on the dome and explained that he was doing it to raise money for a homeless pregnant woman. And there's a screenshot from that video. According to his Instagram page, Deschamps is known for climbing skyscrapers and buildings to raise money for women in crisis pregnancies. His Instagram handle is prolife.spiderman. LVMPD Sheriff Kevin McCahill addressed the incident during a press conference on the Super Bowl safety, saying, quote, "We know that people are going to test us. We know people are going to try things. As we sit here today, there's an individual for a publicity stunt climbing up to the top of the Sphere. Your first responders are all over there taking care of it. We know these things are going to happen, and we're going to deal with them as they come up to make sure we have the safest Super Bowl we ever had," McCahill said. Las Vegas is set to host the Super Bowl in just a few days. We're grateful to local authorities for their support in this matter, a spokesperson for Sphere Entertainment said in a statement sent to Fox News. The individuals involved are currently in the custody of LVMPD. Early Wednesday morning, Deschamps posted a photo of a banner reading "Abortion is Murder" on his Instagram story and tagged the NFL's official account. Deschamps has also made similar climbs before, scaling Oklahoma City's Devon Tower in June of 2022 and the Accenture Tower in Chicago in October, with each climb used to raise money for women in pregnancy crisis situations. According to records, Deschamps was also previously arrested for climbing the Aria Hotel on the Las Vegas Strip in August 2021. Okay. And yeah. Fun times. Would you climb the Sphere in Vegas? How about virtually? Would you climb the Sphere virtually? Or would you climb the sphere with this on your face while checking your email and swiping? So yeah, we played a lot of these videos on my last show, and it just goes to show this Apple Vision is getting really, really crazy. I would be embarrassed to have this thing on in public. I really would. And here you got two of them. All right. Oh, sorry. Don't mean to yawn. Oof. And then, of course, someone in the comments with this gold. The Simpsons. The Simpsons with another accurate prediction. Okay, folks. So let's get into a little bit of gender insanity for the rest of the show. What do you say? We're almost halfway through the show, but I do think it's almost time that we deal with the gender crazy of the week. Mostly this is a study in the insanity of LGBTQ stuff, but I got to thinking today, gender, the idea of gender and the disagreements about gender go way beyond LGBTQ insanity. And we on this show, we also like to talk about how horrible women can be. How inferior women can be. So let's check this video out here.
Men don't have rights. I think that
men don't have rights.
Men don't have rights. I think that men are just inferior to women.
Insuperior. Insuperior. What the fuck does insuperior mean? There's inferior. There's equal. But insuperior sounds like it just means not superior. Okay. I mean, I would disagree. Men are superior to women in a lot of ways.
I think no matter what, a powerful man will simp to a woman.
Okay, here we go. This is part of the conversation. Let me hold that till she gets done cooking here.
For a woman, and every circumstance in life is superior to a man. Any man, if you make more money than me, if you're stronger than me and you're taller than me, you'll still simp for me every single time. So I'm still superior. Men don't have rights.
Okay. She thinks any man that makes more money than her, is taller than her, whatever, will still just simp to her. Like all she has to do is be female and be around guy, and guy will do thing. And to be honest, I don't think she's entirely wrong. I just think it's wrong. I think it's a symptom of a sick society that so many men will think with their cocks. And as Demon's Wrath said, yeah, she looks kind of like a monkey. Like, what's going on there? Yeah, like, she's not that hot. She's at best a 6. It doesn't even look like she has breasts. Now, I could be wrong. She could have breasts under the fur coat, but come on. Are you simping for this woman? Are you providing your resources to this woman? Anyone out there that's simping for a woman that's, you know, don't. Just fucking stop it. If you're on the internet and there's a woman looking for attention, just fucking ignore them. Unless you can monetize them or make them content on your live stream. Because all too often, when a woman thinks she's superior to a man, right? All you have to do is sit back and watch. Now this is a SWAT team competition happening right now in the United Arab Emirates. This is a Chilean SWAT team. These ladies are from Chile. They are a SWAT team in Chile. And this is them showing how equal to men they really are.
Vamos.
Come on,
Five ladies teams
run a little faster.
involved.
The criminals are getting away. Better go. Oh, here,
the SWAT
have a
challenge
zip
this
line.
year.
Have a zip line.
Belarus, Thailand,
Uh-oh,
Chile.
uh-oh.
Two teams
Uh-oh.
from the Emirates.
Okay. The first Chubbs got over. Oh, oh. Oh,
First
no.
one to get wet in the ice bath today.
Oh, no. Your skinny friend fell.
And,
And the other ones are stuck.
well, they are stuck in the middle of that zip line.
Ah.
Remember, if you fall in the ice bath, you have to go back to the beginning of the zip line and do it again. And currently, Chile
She's booting up against her with her
3 team
butt.
members stranded in the middle of that ice bath.
Hump her to the finish.
Thankfully, the water will
Oh,
be a
look.
little bit
Oh,
warmer
look. The
than
other
it
one
was
just kicked her in the
early on
back.
this morning.
The one that fell in the water is kicking him in the back, trying to get him through. What are you going to do?
And it just goes to show you how important momentum is.
And the other one's swinging and going backward. Oh, look, the one that won went to the back.
3
Oh,
team members in the drink.
and now everyone but the one who completed it
horribly
has
wrong.
fallen in the water.
And, well, forget about getting wet. The violations, the major safety violations for dropping weapons in the
This
water.
is great. Safety violations for dropping your weapons in the water. They've already been told they can't help, and she had to drag her back to the beginning. They gotta fish her weapons out of the
To retrieve
drink.
those weapons from the ice bath.
Oh no, this is 6 minutes long.
Well,
Oh,
I
it's
said it on a couple of occasions today.
all good. We can watch a little
that,
more of this.
If that first member does not get across the ice bath and carry that momentum, it forces those behind to stall, and that's when the problems begin. And we saw that, didn't we? It
Okay,
almost
we're gonna
happened
get
a
it.
little
We're
bit
gonna get a
earlier on.
second attempt here.
The added problem.
Oh, hang on. Okay, we got the gun out. Oh, look.
The equipment.
Now they're gonna try one at a time. Oh, she
And of
fell
course,
immediately.
The added problem comes with those.
Wait, did they
loops
just
on
throw
the,
another
zip
gun
line.
at
They
her?
Become wet. Hands become wet. Everything becomes slippy. It's 1.2 meters deep, that pool, and as you can see, it takes a little bit of effort to get out once you've gone in.
Okay, let's go forward a little more.
Just
We're gonna see another
girls
attempt here.
are carrying a lot of kit and equipment.
Oh no, 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 no! Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle! No, still can't do
Weighs
it.
you down as soon as you go in that water, and it's Even worse if you get wet. Well, they're not giving up. They're not giving up.
Nope, you're not allowed to do that. Judges are telling her she can't do that.
Well, the judges are telling.
How are you going to do that when they're fucking doing that between mountains? You can't just pull them between mountains. Start over. Do it again. This has got to be humiliating. Can you imagine being the elite of the elite SWAT team?
Let them help each other out. We've crossed the 5-minute mark. They've racked up a number of violations.
Whee! Oh, look, one made it across.
It's not about the time. Just don't give up.
Not about the time. Just don't give up. Meanwhile, your hostages are dead in whatever building you're trying to zip line into.
They've got 2 team members over. Vamos.
Hey, there's 3. 4 total. Now, will the 5th one make it? Will the 5th one make it?
2 more members to come.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, so close. Oh, yeah. She finally made it. Oh, wait. No, they're making the first one go back?
Vamos, uno más.
Ah, they finally did it. 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Wow. I was like, I was a 6-minute video. Yeah, because it's literally their entire performance. It took them 6 minutes to get across a zip line, which is supposed to be rapid travel. Ah, folks. How many of y'all out there? How many of y'all out there believe in Jesus Christ? Well, here we go.
A trans man is immaculate conception. The only DNA available to make a child within Mary was just Mary's chromosomes. So the only chromosomes that were available to create a baby were X chromosomes.
Who created DNA, motherfucker? Who created DNA? Where does DNA originate from? Who created DNA? Fucking God created DNA. It was an immaculate conception. The DNA was created. You fucking dipshit. Nobody cares whose chromosomes. They were God's chromosomes. God put man chromosomes in Jesus, you fucking dipshit.
I.e., Jesus was born with at least one X chromosome, but no Y chromosome.
Bullshit.
Since
Bullshit.
you need to have 2 chromosomes, it's more.
God gave him a Y chromosome. That's what's so immaculately great about it. God gave him a Y chromosome.
More than likely, those were both X's.
Bullshit.
Let me spell that out for you. Jesus was assigned female at birth and transitioned later on in life to be a man.
Nope.
Or the Bible.
Nope. Baby Jesus was a boy. Always has been, always will be. Fucking cry about it.
Intentionally misgenders Jesus because the Bible hates women. Additionally,
with good reason. With good reason. Fucking Eve couldn't leave that fruit alone.
Jesus never had a child, canonically, which means Jesus was either asexual, Jesus was intersex, or Jesus did not have a penis to get someone else pregnant.
Or he just didn't believe in premarital sex or being a fucking whore, man whore.
And Jesus never used their vagina. Now don't be all like, Jesus was the offspring of God, he wouldn't go have sex. Jesus said, go forth and multiply, which did not mean bring people to the church. That meant go have babies.
Yes, people in families with wives go have babies.
So I hate to break it to you, Jesus ain't got a penis.
Okay, so there's that. There's that. What else do we have here for the gender crazy of the week? I mean, like literally, it's endless. Okay, so here we got one from Libs of TikTok. Share this instead. Okay.
Different sets of pronouns: they, them, theirs, am, airs, and its. And typically I just use they, them, theirs in public or at work because those are much more commonly known pronouns, and oftentimes I don't feel like doing a whole bunch of explaining when I'm meeting new people.
Okay, no, I don't feel like a whole lot of explaining when meeting new people. But I do feel like doing a whole lot of explaining into a camera on the internet that's going to go out to fucking millions of people. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Around other queers, then I like using am and its for various reasons.
Okay,
so,
you're an it.
Yeah, I'll do some third person talking about myself to show you how they're used. They went to the store today to get groceries. They drove their car. I met them at the store.
Okay, but
A
that's
went to the
you.
store to get groceries
That's you.
today. A drove their car. I met them at the store.
Again, you're using third-party pronouns.
They introduced themselves. It drove to the store to get groceries today. I met it at the store, and it introduced itself.
Why? Why? Again, that goes back to my rant that there's no such thing as third-party pronouns. If they're your pronouns, then the only pronoun you need is fucking I. The only fucking pronoun you need is I. Got a couple more from Libs of TikTok.
What's up? Let's have a conversation about teaching LGBTQ plus inclusion in classrooms. Now, one of the
Or you could just fucking leave it out of your classroom, you fucking predator, groomer, motherfucker.
the things that myself and other queer teachers have noticed is that a lot of the labor of teaching this, of hosting the clubs and all these things, falls on the out and queer teacher at the school.
Yes. Yes. And even you shouldn't be fucking doing it. So fuck off.
And I say out because obviously there are a lot of people that teach that are not going to share that part of them, and that is totally fine and valid. This, though, is where I have a problem with all of this. The labor should not be put on queer teachers to do all this. When we say inclusive curriculum, we mean the entire curriculum in every single classroom, K through 12.
The entire K through 12 curriculum needs to cater to this weirdo's identity. The entire K through 12 curriculum has to cater to this weirdo's identity.
So if you are a teacher, it's really important that you start looking at your curriculum and asking yourself, where am I including LGBTQ plus voices? Where am I not including them? And why have I not made that effort? There's so many resources out there now. Definitely go check them out. What questions do you have?
I have a question. I have a question. Yeah, fucking, where's the math, science, English? History. If it's not those fucking four things, look, sure, maybe devote half of an afternoon to talking about some of the homophobia of the 60s. Other than that, leave this shit out of the classroom. Yes, a Breakfast Club reject. Thank you, Singlet. Okay, let's do... This person here is a state representative.
Now, in American society, we organize our social supports by family, by so-called traditional nuclear family even. And this is actually a social construct. It's not as if the natural order of things for all of humanity has been, one mommy
Bullshit.
and one daddy and just their biological children living.
I mean, okay. If that's not the biological imperative of human beings, is for two biologically bound mates and their biological offspring, then no, everything else is literally a social construct. Because quite frankly, if you have other people in your household, if you have other family members, then that was literally a social issue that caused them to need to live with you. You live with your mate because they're your mate. You live with your offspring because you have to care for your offspring until they are adults. Anyone else living with you is literally a social construct.
Living in a detached house and only providing for those children. I had a disagreement with a gentleman recently about education policy based around this issue, right? Where he said that he really believes that competition between schools, like their businesses, is the best way to go. And I said, okay, well,
yeah, because monopolies should not fucking happen, even in fucking government services. This is exactly why most local governments and even the state and federal governments have to go through a bidding process when they need to contract out work.
I'll roll with that for a minute. If they're
okay, but you're not.
Who's the customer here? And he said, well, it's the parents.
Yes. Legitimately, yes. The customer is the parents. And let's go ahead and hear her out before I totally fucking demolish what she's saying.
I said, yeah, but the kids are the ones getting the education, right? The parents already have one. Usually when we're talking about a business and it's customers, the customer is the person receiving the goods and services.
No. In fact, I just gave one of the best examples. We're talking about government services, right? The customer of government services isn't usually the taxpayer, right? The taxpayer's paying for it. They're the customer. The services kind of go wherever. And this idea that the child is the customer of the education, well, the child does not get to decide what the education is. Like, I can't just go to an elementary school and say, I demand to be taught about Batman. So just like that person in that last video, teachers, it's up to you to provide an inclusive LGBT education. Yes, guess we're going back to harems. Look, I never left the harems. The harem left me. But, that's a story for a Saturday when we're doing the Love Don't Judge. I've had some conversations about my past relationships. And look, on face value, I have no problem with it, but let's accurately diagnose it and let's accurately talk about what normalcy is. And this is the thing, is all these weirdos, they like to say, oh no, our weird lifestyle. No, that's the normal lifestyle. And being in a monogamous, committed relationship, that's the weird thing. No. Look, I've been in polyamorous relationships before, and it's kind of fucking weird. It's kind of fucking hard. You kind of have to fucking work at it. You kind of have to deal with extra bullshit that you wouldn't have to deal with if you were in a monogamous relationship. Now, I'm a fucking weirdo. I was able to make it work. I was able to do the extra work. I'm able to but it's fucking weird. And so, anyway, that's a discussion for another day. That's a discussion for a Saturday. But this argument she's making here about children being the customer of the education system, bullshit. The taxpayer is the customer. The parents are the customer.
So this isn't adding up. And this is why I say that we have public schools for a reason. so that they'll function as a public good and not just as a private commodity. Children actually need more than just their parents.
A public good. So, again, so you're saying the schools should rear the children against their parents' wishes and for the greater good of the community as a whole? Is that what I'm hearing here? Is that what the children learn should cater more to the weirdos on the fringe of society than to what their parents' wishes are? Sounds a lot like fucking grooming to me.
They need a whole village. If all of your support and opportunity
They need a
only
whole
comes from
village.
family, then it's only going to be concentrated in families, and then that's who's going to have all of the power. Let's elect more.
Yes, admittedly. Because families are important. Families keep the system running. The people who work to provide for their children are the ones who pay the taxes.
More poor people and level the playing field. Vote V Hill.
Wait, what was that? What was that last part? Sorry.
Only going to be concentrated in families, and then that's who's going to have all of the power. Let's elect more poor people and level the playing field. Vote V Hill.
Oh, so that's the punchline is I'm poor and I deserve to be in power to tell you what to do. And I guess maybe, I don't know, is this person an actual representative? She may just be running for Colorado House. Cheers to Cookie in the chat. Welcome. Good seeing you over there on YouTube. Cheers. Okay. One last video. Grand Rapids, Michigan. Here's their Heart of Winter show. Oh, look at this. Got a child there. Got a child there. Got people with wads of cash waving it at these people. Person wearing a thong. Child right in front. Another child here videotaping. That may just be a really short girl. Maybe it wouldn't. Oh God. Oh my God. Oh God, no. No. Sir, please put on some pants, sir. Please. Look at how excited the women are. Hey, you're going to replace us in sports. Yay. Okay, so that was that. Oh, folks. So we're reaching the end of the show here. Although we still got 10 minutes left. I guess I could get into... First off, let me do this. Rest in peace, Toby Keith. Renowned country singer, this is from CNN Entertainment. Renowned country singer Toby Keith dies at 62 after battle with stomach cancer. Country singer Toby Keith died Monday at the age of 62 after a battle with stomach cancer. Toby Keith passed peacefully last night, February 5th, surrounded by his family. He fought this fight with grace and courage. Please respect the privacy of his family at this time, a statement posted to Toby Keith's website and social media said. Elaine Schock, who's been Keith's publicist since 2003, confirmed his death to CNN. He leaves behind his wife, Tricia, and his 3 children, Shelley, Crystal, and Stelline. His publicist told CNN. His mother and 2 siblings survive him. Toby Keith revealed his stomach cancer diagnosis in 2022. I spent the last 6 months receiving chemo, radiation, and surgery. So far, so good. I need time to breathe, recover, and relax, he said in a statement at the time. I am looking forward to spending time with my family, but I will see the fans sooner than later. He continued performing, recently playing shows in Las Vegas. Earlier this month, he posted a video offering advice to other songwriters. Just toil away every day, he said. Keith said most of his catalog was created while he was writing at least 4 to 5 days a week. You got to have volume, you got to have practice, and you got to keep your chops up, and you got to stay in the middle of the game, he said. Shut Up I Can Cook says, Mild, did not the founders, a.k.a. white men, try to keep women from voting and protect our borders? I mean, I think definitely there was an idea that the man is the head of the household, that the man is the breadwinner, and therefore the property caretaker, and as such, he was the one given the right to make household decisions such as who to vote for. And protecting the borders, yeah, that literally was one of the only jobs of the federal government, was to keep us safe from invasion. Remember the Alamo. Keith performed at the 2023 People's Choice Country Awards in September and received the Country Icon Award. He released his debut album in 1993 and is known for hits including Red Solo Cup and I Want to Talk About Me. His 2002 song, Courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue, released in the aftermath of the 9/11 attacks, made him a household name. Keith performed hundreds of shows for U.S. service members abroad, including in Afghanistan, as well as at events for President Trump, Obama, and George W. Bush. He sometimes gifted wounded veterans with wheelchairs at his concerts. A self-described third-generation Democrat, Keith told CNN in 2010 that his support of service members had nothing to do with politics. There's not one single thing political about supporting the troops, he said. In 2021, then President Trump awarded Keith the National Medal of Arts, which the National Endowment for the Arts describes as the highest award given to artists and art patrons by the United States government. Okay, thank you, CNN, for that. All right. Well, surely. Let me do something real quick before we get going. So this, earlier I mentioned the vote to impeach Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. These are the 4 Republicans who did not vote yes. Tom McClintock, Ken Buck, Mike Gallagher, and Blake Moore. Of course, we got photos here. Let me go ahead and... So this is from Colin Rugg, of course. Let me give... So, Tom McClintock's from California. Ken Buck is from Colorado. Oh, look, yeah, Colorado. Of course, they're left-wing states. Mike Gallagher, Wisconsin. And Blake Moore is from Utah. So yeah, if those are your representatives, check your privilege. Check your fucking privilege. Be ready to vote them out, folks. Let's see, I don't really have a whole lot else. What was that? There was one other story. Here, let me do this. Sorry, folks. I'm going to... I don't understand. No, that ain't it. I saw another news story that I wanted to cover. Now I don't have it. I scrapped it because I didn't think we'd have time for it after grabbing all those videos. Apparently there's a new Jenna Ortega movie where she has sex with an old dude on camera. Oh, shit. A crew member died on set of a Marvel movie. And where was that? Oh, yeah, this one. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Here's a story for you folks. Okay, this is going to be Newsweek on the Microsoft app here. Who is Whitney Wright? Porn star's visit to Iran sparks outrage. Unless you're familiar with OnlyFans, you may not have heard of Whitney Wright, but the porn star has gone viral for an unusual reason. The 32-year-old has been accused of promoting the Islamic Republic of Iran after posting photos from a recent visit to Tehran to social media. The country has been criticized for flouting human rights norms with accusations that women, LGBTQ people, and minorities suffer under the regime. Now, watch this. Wright, whose real name is Brittany Rain Whittington. If your name is Brittany Rain, why do you need a fake porn name? Shared snaps to her social media accounts on Monday from several locations in the capital city, sparking fierce backlash. Adhering to the country's strict dress code for women, which includes a hijab and long, loose-fitting garments, Wright visited Sadabad Palace, the International Arts Museum, and the abandoned U.S. Embassy to Instagram. Tehran, a sweet glimpse, the Oklahoma native wrote in the caption along with a heart emoji. Newsweek has reached out to Whitney Wright for comment via Instagram. She also posted the photos to X, although her account appears to have since been deactivated. Social media users have condemned Wright, seeing her trip as an endorsement of Iran's government. Shame on you. You have supported one of the most brutal regimes in the world when you visited Iran. You are helping propaganda of a misogynistic, murderous regime. We are Iranians and we have a strong desire to escape Iran, but unfortunately we are stuck here. I don't know what you think, but Iran is not a good place. Responding to comments from users on X, Wright reportedly wrote, "If you respect the law, you will be safe in Iran," which appears to be a reference to the country's dress code. Newsweek was unable to verify the comment because of the inaccessibility of Wright's account, but Iranian-American journalist Masih Alinejad cited it in a tweet. When confronting Wright on X, Alinejad said the adult film star had called her a warmonger. Iranian women don't want to obey a discriminatory law. And by the way, the true warmongers are agents of the Islamic Republic who will execute you if you be true to yourself, she said. As the backlash intensified, Wright turned off comments on her X post telling users, "Posting photos of my trip to Iran does not mean approval of the government." So here we go. Let's go to this part right here. I skipped this here real quick, but we'll go to this one. Wright's visit to the former U.S. Embassy in particular caused a stir. In 1979, the embassy was the site of the Iran hostage crisis, where Iranian militants held 66 American citizens captive, 52 of whom were held for more than a year, with the siege lasting 444 days. The incident soured relations between the U.S. and Iran, with the embassy now home to an anti-American museum. On X, Wright said she had to visit the site, taking a photo alongside the lowered American flag. "I'm sharing exhibits from a museum that we are never seen," Wright replied to a comment. "It's not an endorsement of the government." Well, folks, you decide. Do you think taking a photo of a foreign country's site of a tragedy over America where they did horrific things to America, is taking a fucking selfie this fucking selfie a win? Is this a win? Look at the fucking Statue of Liberty with a skull painted inside the fucking door. It still has the U.S. Embassy seal on it. Really? Look, I'm not for warmongering Iran. But maybe, and again, I guess the news media and people are paying attention to you now. But maybe if you're going to be a thought, go do a thought things somewhere else. Maybe not stand on the graves of dead people, right? Well, folks, I think that's going to do it. I finally figured out what I was going to fill the hour with, and we did it, Reddit. We did it. So, I'm going to do as I usually do and ask you to click that thumbs up button, click that like button. Please share me on other platforms. If you're new here, click that follow or subscribe button, depending on which platform you're watching me on. And please watch a second video. Go back in my timeline of whatever platform, whether it's Rumble, click that videos tab, find my older videos. If you're on YouTube, click that live tab and find my older videos. Please watch a second video if you're new here. The algorithm really likes it if you watch a follow-up. But until then, everybody, take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. Outlast the haters. Don't get any on you. And if you do, rub it in real good. Be back here, 6 p.m. Central this Saturday for the next episode of Mild's Culture Plate. And check me out on all the social media down in the description. Especially on Rumble, because I've been doing some random, well, I guess I can't say on Rumble because it's a different channel. I've been doing some random streaming of myself playing Hitman, just randomly on Rumble. But yeah, check me out. Anyway, take care, everybody. Have a good one. Go Chiefs. See you Saturday. Peace.